Okay, hi, and welcome back to Series George. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about a Netflix series that I just finished watching last night. It's called Never Have I Ever. And because on the main street right now, so if I stop talking because there are too many cars or motorcycles or traffic lights, I'm so sorry, but I'm just going to try my best to keep talking. Okay, um where should I begin? The series is just great, like really great. It consists of 10 episodes, and I watched the first 5 yesterday, and then the other 5 last night. And the story is about whoa, I need to run. So the story is about a girl named Devi Viswakumar. Viswakumar, yeah. Anyway, yeah, her name is Devi, an Indian girl, precise age 15 years old, high school in sophomore. So yeah, it's a high school romance, teenage romance, something like that. But I promise you, it's sort of different than any other typical high school series you can find on Netflix. So, other than the fact that our main character here is an Indian because he was born from Indian parents, but also is an American because he was born and raised in America. So, Devi is basically an American Indian or an Indian American. Yeah. Okay. Continue. After settling down for like 15 years. So the story before the story began, like 8 months prior, there was an accident that caused her death to be actually, die. And that's pretty much caused a lot of things. Also caused this story to begin in the first place. So the first episode is about Devi, who suddenly forgot how to walk, like how her leg function. So she cannot walk like a couple of months in school. So she need to go to the school using wheelchair, something like that. And it was okay because she has a really good best friends. There are 2 of them. First is Eleanor. Okay, and Asian. So yeah, we have Asian representation here. And the other best friend is Fabiola, which is a representative of people of color. So Eleanor is really keen on drama, play, because her mother is also into drama. So Eleanor extracurricular is, yes, you may guess it, drama club, something like that. And always wearing these colorful t-shirts, outfits, like every day. Because yeah, somehow that's just how creative person stereotype is all about. The more colorful, the more creative. Yeah. I don't know. Can you agree with that? Do I agree with that? moving on. And then, okay, the other one is Fabiola. Fabiola is also really smart, but she's into robotics. She literally built her own robot, like from nothing, into a real robot. Even it's not that like big robot, but it's a robot anyway. And the robot can actually talk. This is great. Okay, so let's go back to Devi. Devi is a very smart girl, and her one and only rival is Ben. So they basically like give one another the first or the second place throughout the years, like since kindergarten or elementary and up to high school. So they're just basically fighting each other to get the best score. Anyway, I am now on my way to the bank to, I forgot my password the last time I went to automatic teller machine, so I need to fix it up. Now I need to mention about the mother and the cousin. So Devi's mother is a doctor, like a doctor you can find in the hospital, yeah, but especially in dermatologists. So yeah, it has something to do with dealing with skin stuff, skin problems. So basically, a lot of her patients are those teenagers having skin problem with their pimples on their face, something like that, or other stuff. And then there is this one cousin of Devi. Her name is Kamala, PhD student, like in a doctoral degree, yeah, PhD. So she's also very smart. So this family consists of a really smart girls. Yeah, like they are all completely smart. So next, oh, I almost forgot to mention the other one, Devi's crush. Also, aka the reason how Devi can actually stand up again and walk somehow, because he has a crush on him. Yeah, surprise. Like the traumatic accident that caused her cannot walk is eventually cured by none other than the power of love, or at least crush on someone. It's not only about romance, it's not only about young adults dealing with their teenage problems, but it's also about identity. Yeah, identity. Because Devi is an American Indian, but she is more about American than she is an Indian. Like, she's practically, I don't know, the complete opposite of a typical Indian you may find. So there are those people who keep practicing like their culture, their custom, and there are those who somehow prefer to more comfortable to the culture where they are born or raised. In this case, American culture. Actually, there is also another character, which is a therapist that always listens to Devi's problems, because something that happened to Devi really affect her, even though she realized it or not. And she tried really hard not to talk about that sad stories, sad feelings she actually has. So throughout the 10 episode, the therapist just keep trying to persuade Devi to talk about the sadness, but she refused. And as a distraction, she ended up talking about Paxton, like the coolest guy in school that she has crushed on, and then how she's trying to be like famous, even though she's already like super smart, but she also need to be famous as well. Yeah, this happened to do with like dating. You might find a lot of smart conversation because it's high school setting, but also the characters are also super smart. So yes, but also in another way, it's really really easy to follow, not that complicated. But the culture part is really amazing. I think I'm already arrived here, so I'm gonna continue talking later on. Okay. See you when I see you. I haven't talked a lot about this series. I think I'm gonna talk another 50 minutes for that. Okay. As promised, I will be talking about the series in the next 15 minutes because I was running out of time talking about it because I was already arrived in my destination, which is the bank, and I already finished doing whatever I need to do in the bank. So let's get back to what I was saying. It consists of 10 episodes, so in each episode has specific title like never ever ever blah 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 in every episode. But because, you know, thanks to my bad memory, I cannot actually describe them one by one like in each episode, so I just talk more generally. Okay, so I want to discuss about the fact that Eleanor's mother that used to be far from home to follow the dreams actually just coming back in town for the past 2 months, but doesn't say a word to Eleanor, and Eleanor happens to get to know about it from her friend. Yes, I mean like Eleanor responds to it in a surprise because she just cannot believe it. But then again, when she tried to looking for the fact, she was just so afraid. But eventually, she can talk again with her mother, having some good time. But sadly, in the end, the mother decided to go away again to follow the mother's dream of acting in Broadway. Consequently, Eleanor becomes really hopeless and give up on her dream and starting wearing anything but colorful. So she totally changed her outfit, only wearing gray, which coincidentally what I'm wearing now. Like Eleanor said that because she's not into a creative industry anymore, or she's not creative anymore, So she doesn't really necessarily to wear anything colorful as the symbol of creativity, something like that. So said, yeah. Next, Kamala, a PhD student that has been arranged to marry some random guy, a stranger, just because that's just how the culture in India they arrange this type of marriage. They decide who you're going to marry with. Doesn't really agree with that, but also in a way that she cannot really do anything about it. So in home, Devi is the one who is being rebellious, like always talkative, always make her mom angry. And Kamala is the contrary, has always been the good girl, follow everything. The family rules are there to follow. But nobody knows that Kamala actually has a secret boyfriend, an Asian guy. So yeah, Kamala is sitting on the fence, but at the end, surprisingly, potential future husband is not that bad. Really not that bad. Even though it turns out quite complicated, because Kamala's Asian boyfriend ended up sneaking into the house. At the same time, at the very same time, the potential husband come to visit, to have a dinner, to talk about the engagement. So they can completely succeed in hiding everything, but at the end, it all turns out like everything is exposed. So everybody is surprised. Like, huh? Like, Kamala is not that innocent. And Devi's mother also surprisingly say yes. Like, agree to support Kamala's decision to whatever choice she will be making about her future life. And but Kamala broke up with her boyfriend and planned to do a relationship with this random guy that turns out to be not that random. I mean, not as bad as Kamala expect him to be. Now the mother, a very interesting one with the mother. How the mother for the past at least for the past 8 months raised Devi by herself. The mother was really strict, just like the mother from the east part of the world, like like Asian mom. So Indian mom happens to be pretty much the same with Asian mom. They set up this specific rules and regulations that their kids need to follow. On on the one hand, it's really warm to see a mother care for her daughter, but on the other hand, it makes Devi really become under pressure in a way that she needs to be perfect daughter, like always get good score, which is not really a big problem for her because she's always getting good scores. But also like whenever she need to go to her friends places, like to sleep over or doing something, the only thing that can make her enable her to go out from home is that saying that yeah, because she's going to have this group studying, like learning something, doing some homework together. Now let's just go back to Devi, because the real problem is with Devi, how she's trying so hard to not to be sad, where she needs to be sad actually, but she just doesn't want to. She refuses to be sad by being happy all the time, by having so many problems in her life, how to get love life, how to be a good friend for her best friends, but eventually she abandoned her best friends just for her crush. Which is really sad. Like there are times that Fabiola and Eleanor really need Devi to be around to comfort them within their ups and downs, and this downs is really like down, but Devi promised to be there, but she's not there, until finally they decided to they call this a friend break. It is usually a term for a couple like already bored with each other, so they need to have some break, but this applies in a friendship. So Fabiola and Eleanor being away from Devi for quite a while, at the end Devi cannot really like keep things together, other than she regularly reject any advice from her therapist to write the grief journal she was told to. Also, like these memories from her dad, that she keeps pushing the memory to go away, but the memories keep coming. And then how she not only forgot how to walk with her leg, but also forgot how to play the harp. But eventually she can play the harp, and that time all the complete memory coming to her, she cannot contain any of those overpower memories. It's just too much that she had a really big argument with her mom, and Devi decided to run away, live somewhere else for a while. But because she's not in a good term with her best friend, so she spent some days in her rival's home, Ben. At the end, Ben is the one who is like, I don't know, can somehow understand what Devi has been through, and decided to persuade her best friends to encourage her to go back to her home, because at the same day the mother wants to go to Malibu beach to throw away the ashes from the father. So yeah, it's like a culture thing. So in India, they don't bury dead people, they burn them, and then they become ashes, and the ashes will be thrown away in beaches or some other places that you love to. But in most cases, it's always beaches or rivers or lake or whatever. And finally, in the last minute, last hour, Devi said yes to go to Malibu beach with her mom already being there with Kamala, starting to, you know, opening the jar and throwing away the ashes. But they wait until the very end. When Devi shows up, hey, yeah, the funny thing, on the way, Ben driving the car with Devi in it, but the car moved really slowly because Ben cannot drive fast. And then the funny thing, another funny thing, I always say funny, why it's funny? Like, there is a narrator here. So the story narrated by a sportman, an old guy, used to be very famous and really great at the time. But yeah, quite old, but having this really good voice. And at the final episode, it's not only the voice, but also the whole body, the physical body. And he helped Devi to shout in order to make the mother and Kamala hear. And then Devi won to where the mother and Kamala is, and then they cried together, and then they hugged together, and then they decided to let go. So even though it's funny and complicated and teenage things, but I think it's deeper than that. It's about how to overcome sadness, how to accept the state of vulnerable. You need to be vulnerable, you need to be true to yourself. You cannot always like pretend to be tough, strong by whatever reason. And that's basically the whole point of this series. They finally let go, they finally can move on with their life, and that's the end. Oh yeah, the other end. You know what? Devi finally found her true boyfriend, which is none other than her rival, Ben. Like, Ben already got a girlfriend, but the girlfriend only wants his money, and Devi already got her crush, but it's not really, I don't know, the one that she should end up with eventually. So the final scene is this: Devi and Ben sitting in the car and kissing once and kissing more, and yeah, that's basically how it ends. The series is really great. It's not that heavy, but also at the same time delivering heavy topic. Yeah, that's basically what a story really need to has, right? Something to deliver, something to be discussed, something to talk about. Overall, what I wanted to say is that I really enjoy this series. Like, really enjoy it. Even I just finished it last night. And that's basically why I record this today, like the next morning, because I wanted to be like keep it fresh while I'm talking about it. I know the camera might not seems too good because ooh, it's a I don't know 10 a.m. sunlight or something, and it's Friday, so yeah, the hottest day of the week usually. See you